Hey guy, my name is Manasi, and it really pleasure for me to get back here with this video. We're talking about financial modeling. In case you haven't watched my previous video, I will suggest you to click back on the previous video so you'll be able to understand the whole concept. So here, let's start with the practical part. Now we're gonna start building a financial modeling, assuming we are owning or we're creating or building up an imaginary company from the beginning. All right. So just watch carefully what we're gonna do. We're gonna be using Excel, like I told you. This is a complex tool, but we'll be focusing only on the finance part. All right. So if you will follow me very attentively, I'm pretty much sure that at the end of this video, you will have an overall idea how you can build up a financial modeling from the beginning. All right. So here we discussed on the previous video we discussed capital expenditure. All right. So I gave a brief explanation about how you can build a very effective capital expenditure. Now here we will jump to the practical part, starting with this imaginary company. Let's assume we're creating a company named XYZ. XYZ Limited Company, LLC. All right. LLC stand for Limited Liability Company. All right. All right. So XYZ, what is it that we are selling exactly? We have two main products. Product A, we are selling electric bike, all right, e-bike, all right, and product B, we are selling e-vehicle. Okay, sedan. All right, those are the two different products that we are selling. All right, just remember this is an XYZ company, imaginary company, so we'll be using random figure. Everything here will be random. All right, just to make you understand how you can start building your own business. This is not a real company; it's an imaginary company. So let's jump back directly to the Excel file. Now we are starting with capital expenditure. Like I told you, before you start a business, you need to buy assets. All right. You have long-term assets and you have short-term assets. So first of all, we'll start by buying long-term assets. All right. So here I'm gonna mention that capital long-term asset is what we call capital expenditure. Okay, capital expenditure. At the end, when we just get very close to the end, I will show you how you will edit the Excel sheet. Don't worry about the format which we're using right now. This is raw. We are starting from the beginning. At the time we will get close to the end, we'll start formatting the sheet so it can look much more beautiful and much more professional. All right. So capital expenditure. What is the first thing that you need to keep in mind? You need to list what type of assets will be needed, all right, in order for you to build up this business model. So in here, the first type of assets, when we're talking about long-term assets, capital expenditure means long-term assets, all right? So I put it in brackets so you can keep it in mind, all right? Long-term assets, all right? So long-term assets. So the first long-term asset is land, all right? This is the number one long-term assets. Okay, let me just, all right. Okay, lands. Do we need land for this business which we are about to start? Our business, like I told you, we are selling e-vehicles and e-bikes. Does it require to buy land for this? No, it doesn't require to buy land. All right, we can mention no. This is the first type. Then the second type, B. Buildings is the second. Do we need buildings in order to start this business, e-vehicle business? Yes, we need building because definitely we're gonna need office. All right, we can be on rent or we can buy them. We can own them. All right, because owning means that's gonna be long term. It's a possession, so there is no requirement for us to have more expenses over the years. All right, once we purchase that, it's an asset. It's a long term asset. So I would prefer to purchase. All right. Yes, we need building. Let us assume like this. Then after buildings, C. After buildings, we have machinery. Machinery. Do we need machinery? What is machinery? Like I told you in my previous video, part 3, financial modeling part 3, I have explained you machinery helps. Machinery is anything like any device, any appliance, all right, that helps you, or any machine that helps you to transform raw material into finished goods. This is what we call machinery, all right? Raw material, then work in progress, all right? Then finished goods, all right? Like for instance, if you are a juice making company, you make juice, all right? First of all, you gotta buy fruits, all right? Then you're gonna process them. You will process them with the machines, and once after processing them, then you got finished goods, like packed juice bottle. All right. This is for this you need machinery. All right. There's many more examples to give, but just keep in mind that machinery helps you to transform a raw material to a finished goods. It means that there is a process, all right, in between. So, do we need machinery for e-vehicles business? We don't need machinery because e-vehicle business is already coming into the category of finished goods. All right, e-vehicle. It's already coming into the category of finished goods. You don't need to process them. You don't buy them in raw. All right, you already have it finished. All right, and you just sell it. So you'll probably buy it from a wholesale market, all right? So you can sell it back at the low a higher price, and in between you got a profit margin, all right? So we don't need this. No, I'm gonna mention no. Then right after that, D. Apart from that, you need office equipment, right? If I double click here, see what happened? All right, so it will increase the size of the column so that it can fit inside. Everything can fit in one column. Then here we have office equipment. Do we need office equipment? Yes, we need office equipment. We need office chairs. We need office tables. We need computers. We need pens and papers. We need a couple of items are very crucial for a good functioning of office. All right. All right. So we need office of equipment. Definitely we need it. Yes. All right. And then apart from office equipment, what else do we have? We have automobile. Do we need automobile? Just remember we are already into automobile business. But the difference when it comes to assets, I'm not talking about inventory. There is two different things here, right? There's an inventory and there is a long-term asset. We're talking about long-term assets. If you're putting automobile in a category of inventory, it means that this is a goods to be sold. All right, it's a product that needs to be sold. It is meant for sale. All right, but in this concept, automobile here, those are carrier vehicle that help to move goods. All right, not to be sold, but to move goods from one location to another. All right, so of course we need automobile. For instance, if you need to deliver an electric bike to some location, to some people, definitely you're gonna need a carrier. You need a vehicle. You need to put it on a truck and deliver the products to the given location. All right, so definitely we need it. Yes. All right. Automobile. Then apart from that, never ever forget miscellaneous expenses. All right, miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. always having trouble spelling it correctly. Hope this is correct. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, there must be some A somewhere. Miscellaneous expenses, those are various expenses, untold expenses, expenses which may come up in the middle of a process, all right, unexpected expenses. We call it miscellaneous, all right, that you have not mentioned. Of course, in every single business, there are miscellaneous expenses, all right. So we're gonna mention here yes, then bingo. Then here we are. We're gonna see how many yes do we need here. Do we have here? We have yes for building. We got yes for office, and we got yes for automobile and miscellaneous. So basically we have four category of long-term asset which will be needed, which we have to be included in the business plan, in the financial part. Now let's start building capital expenditure based on those category which we just mentioned. I'm gonna name the sheet capital expenditure. All right, capital expenditure. Okay, and here I'm gonna name it assumption. Like I told you, in every business, when building financial modeling, you will have it's based on assumption. All right. So we got building. All right. Capital expenditure. Expenditure. And first you got building here. Second, what do we have? We got office equipment. Okay. Number three, what do we have here? Automobile. Then finally we got miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. All right. We are going to build our capital expenditure, which is long-term asset, based on these four category as per the business requirements. Like I told you, we're doing e-vehicle, and it is required to have these four different category. Very crucial to us. Now let's start by building. All right. I'm gonna put some space in between. All right. Now we're gonna start with building. What type of building do we need exactly? First type of building we might need, let me put it A here. Okay, A, B, C, D for instance. What type of building do we need here? First of all, we need an office premise, all right? Or headquarter. We need an office premise. Just remember that here we are buying it. You can be on rent also, that doesn't matter. If it's on rent, then you don't have any headquarter, all right, inside the building category. All right, then headquarter. Apart from headquarter, what else do we have? Or I can just mention office premise. All right. Apart from the office premise, what else do we have? We're selling e-vehicle. We probably need a storage facility. All right. We call it warehouse. We need a warehouse. All right. We're gonna have to purchase some space. All right. Some big, very a large space so that we can store all of our vehicle. Those vehicles are called inventory. All right, because we're selling them. And then apart from warehouse, what do we need to sell a vehicle? You need a showroom. All right, you need a showroom. Probably you need multiple showroom across the city so that many people will be able to know that there is this e-vehicle on sale. All right, and apart from showroom, what else do we need? Just remember, we are building up an imaginary company that is just coming up on my mind. I don't have to prepare that. I'm explaining you how you can build it up, but you can replace that by your own idea, all right? So that you know exactly how this works. Apart from showroom, what else do we need? For instance, we need a mechanic facility, all right? Just in case there's some mechanical issues, maybe some like for instance if some of your vehicles need to be called back, all right, to the factory for some minor factory error or something like that. Something is not functioning properly or dysfunctioning, so you need to call it back to the factory so that you can correct that error, all right. So you need a mechanic facility. All right, so those are the different type of building that you want to buy, all right. Double click here so that all this can fit inside the column. All right, now here, like I told you, for every single item which you're mentioning, you need to mention how many units you need, how much will be the price per unit, okay, price per unit, and how much will be the total cost. Total cost, all right. Just don't forget you need to follow this way. I mean, you need to follow the same method I am doing, all right, because every single item you need to know how much quantity you need, how much is it per price, and how much you're spending for the overall quantity you purchased, all right. And apart from that, you need to know what is the economic life for every item. Economic life, all right. Every item is having an economic life, like I explained in my previous video. Economic life means the time at which that item which you purchase can serve, all right. Lifetime of the assets, all right. Economic life, yeah. And probably depreciation, yeah. Don't mind about this now, we will see that later. Okay, so office premise. How many office premise? We need one office premise, all right. We need a building for our office where all the admin team will be, and we have an HR team, we have a finance team, we have IT teams, all right, executive and all that. So we need a facility for that. So we need one building for that. How much is the cost? Estimated cost, let's estimate $25,000. Those are just random figure, like I told you. What is the total cost? Total cost, very much simple. Just put equal sign, okay. You put numbers of units, multiply by amount, and click on enter. Now in Excel, remember in Excel, when you need to replicate the formula, you need the same formula for the following item. What you need to do, just click. You can see here the small dots. Just click and hold on the small dots and then drag it down, all right. It will replicate the formula. So whenever you will put numbers here, automatically it will replicate the same formula which you have applied on the first row, all right. So and which currency we'll be using? Let's use USD currency, all right. Yes, USD currency. Now we got here warehouse. I need to check minutes. Yeah, how many? Yeah, we have about 7 minutes left. Then you have here warehouse. Okay. Now the warehouse. How many do we need? We need, obviously we need only one large warehouse where we can store all of our items, all of the inventory. I mean to say, we need one warehouse. What is the cost of warehouse? Probably maybe 20,000 USD. All right, you can see automatically it has been multiplied. 20 into 1 into 20,000. Automatically multiply because we have replicate the formula, like I told you previously. Now showroom. Now here we might need many showroom to create awareness, all right, across the city. Let us assume we need 6 showrooms. Showroom is a place where we're gonna expose our inventory. I'm sorry, not our inventory, but the type of car we are selling. All right, I think you must be very familiar with that. If we are selling a two-wheeler, we need a showroom to expose it where people can come and see, all right, and they can ask a couple of questions. Whatever doubts they have can be clear at that time, all right, and they can also have a test drive. This is from the showroom. From the moment a person decides to purchase, then you're gonna get it from the inventory, and within a frame of time you will deliver that to the person, all right. Then showroom parts, we need 6 showroom, approximately each one costing, for instance, 15,000. Many people, they don't buy showroom, all right. In this case, showroom, you don't need to buy a facility for that. You can put it on rent, because just remember that you might have to relocate your business, and you cannot relocate. If you need to relocate your business, obviously you will need to change your showroom location, all right. So many people, most of the time, they would not purchase a space for that. They will just put it on rent, just in case they have to relocate, then it won't cause any problem, all right. They just have to rent it on another in different places. So here, showroom, this is just an imaginary company, like I told you, just to make you understand. 15,000 per each, all right. I am not saying that every showroom will come up with this price. Any item you have, all right, on the modeling can come with a different price, all right. Like showroom one, I'm just giving you an example. Let me just put it in short form. Showroom, all right. First showroom, you're buying it for 10,000, for instance. Showroom two, one, two. Just understand what I'm doing here. It's very important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 showroom, all right. So the showroom number two, you bought it for 12,500. This one, bought it for 15,000. This one, bought it for 6,000, depending on the area and the size, all right. This one, purchased it for 7,000. This one, 8,500. All right. So it's coming up with different price. So how can you put 15,000 here as a price per unit? All right. I'm gonna tell you now what price you can put here, since we have purchased 6 different items in different location. Price definitely will be different. All right. So what we do here, we do what we call average. In Excel, there is a formula that we call average. It helps you to identify what is the average price, all right. So to do the average, what you need to do, equal sign, type average. You can see it's coming up here. Select all the area which you need to know what is the average for, and click enter, all right. This is the average. Let me just remove all right, so we have a clear idea. This is the average, all right. So average price will be 99833. Okay. Then you can see that the total is 58,000. All right. The same, if you having doubts about this formula, all you need to do is sum it up. Sum it up. This is all you have purchased, all right. Just sum it up all together. All right. You can see it's the same. All right. It's the same. If I'm gonna put a comma, yeah, it's the same. 59,000. All right. Just need to sum it up. All right, and it will come up to the same. It's the same answer in Excel. You don't have to worry about that. This is because there are some decimal number. It's a decimal number. All right. So it will come up to 59. Here also it's 59. So this is the purpose of doing the average. Mechanic facility, let's assume we have 2 different mechanic facility, and each one of them, mechanic facility 1, purchase it for 5,000. Facility 2, purchase it for 10,000. All right. So we're gonna make the average 7,500 each. This is the average. All right, 7,500 each. Yeah. So the total will be 15,000. And if you have doubt about the formula, all you need to do is to sum. All right, these two. Then you got the same answer, 15,000. All right. If you sum it, you got the same answer. You put average multiplied by 2, you got the same answer. This is the purpose. And what is the economic life? Like I told you, for building, building doesn't have economic life because building doesn't depreciate. All right. We're trying to figure out the economic time for any item for just because we need to know whether it's depreciating or not. All right. But in this case, building does not depreciate. On contrary, it will appreciate over the time. All right, the value will increase over the time, so it doesn't have economic time. So we're going to mention here infinite. All right, infinite lifetime. All right, warehouse, showroom, mechanic facility, those are buildings category. Then we will go for office equipment, automobile, and miscellaneous. But let's just focus on building from this part. Like I told you, after creating, so you know exactly how much of money we have to invest. Let's sum it up first. All right, we need to sum it up to know how much we need exactly. So we're gonna sum the total. Okay, for office premise 25, for warehouse 20, for showroom approximately 59K, and for mechanic facility approximately 15K. All right, all together, then you have an idea. This is exactly, I'm gonna put it on in bold and increase size a little bit. You have an idea. This is exactly what we need only for building category. The same thing, you need to put it already, you have to post it on a ledger. I have to explain you one concept, but this will come up with the next video so you don't get confused. Just try to practice that. If you have Microsoft Excel installed on your computer, open up a sheet and try to practice with this part until you get very much familiar with that. Then you're gonna move to the next video. I will explain you how you will post it to the ledger and what is a ledger. Because like I told you, every movement you're making on the financial modeling has to reflect on a financial statement. All right? Because your investor will probably be focused only on the financial statements. They will not look at all this detail. They will see the financial statement because financial statement will tell them whether this company can be successful or not. Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. I hope that you will also come for the next video so you can go in depth with all this financial modeling thing. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Thank you so much.